Hi guys, I usually don't show myself while I'm driving on this drive wise channel, but we got traffic and I got a little ways to go, so I'm not gonna keep repeating the same stuff because that's the habit of stupid is that they keep doing the same things over and over again. So I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna do the same thing over and over again. And obviously, with traffic, it's always the same thing, and in volume. But I do want to talk about something today, very important with driving. And this one is strikes personal. I want you guys to understand. I'm speaking from experience, really. And what I'm going to tell you today, something that I've experienced ever since I got married, and I still go through it today. And that is driving while you have a special somebody next to you that is a fraidy cat. Meaning, I mean, like a car or a truck, also trucks, but even with a car, she puts like the hairs start standing on her neck. And a car or a truck, God forbid a truck, semi-trailer, my goodness, comes and goes from the far right lane to the middle lane, and I'm on the left. She's like gasping for air, like, and I'm looking at her saying, what happened? Now she's a driver. It's not that she isn't a driver, but it looks like, she gets especially frightened or sensitive when someone else is driving, right? Like me. I can't imagine why she's afraid. I mean, come on now. I'm the drive wise guy, right? Okay, anyway. But it's just something, some people just can't help it. And there's situations, even when I'm riding on the passenger side and my wife is driving, sometimes the way these drivers drive out there and whatnot, because it's not going to be her fault. It's not my fault. But these drivers are very, very reckless out here, and they're the ones that cause the accident. The last accident that we were involved in, we were waiting at the red light. We weren't even moving. And a truck it was a tow truck, hit another car, and that whole mess was pushed across 4 or 5 lanes of traffic into our car. That car went goodbye. It was total. My goodness. And we're lucky we didn't, end up with, more greater damage than we did. My wife got pretty hit bad, and so she's she's not handicapped or anything, but she has a deliberate, what do you call that, a debilitating condition or a deteriorating condition that over time will continue to deteriorate. Like no one can do anything. But we're going to Mars though, right? I'm talking about human beings. We're planning on colonizing space, so you gotta get things straightened down here. But anyway, so it's understandable, but there's some people who have never been in an accident that's still scared, So I want to talk about what do you do? Because I'm a person that, when I'm driving, I like peace. I do hear my music loud and whatnot, because I love it. It's not that I'm drowning out noise or anything. I just love Bach. I don't expect you guys to love Bach or anything. I'm not trying to, pretend anything or act like I'm special or something. I'm especially weird, right? But it's just that I just love the type of music. I love it. I just love it. Can't get enough of it, man. I'm telling you. So I just play it full blast, and I enjoy being in traffic. If I wasn't speaking right now, I just had the music on just before, and I'll go back to it when I finish this video. But anyway, so I drive calmly. You guys know, because you got all these videos, you see the way I drive. It's very calmly. I let people in front of me, I'm taking it easy. So you guys know if an accident occurs, you know that it wasn't me, right? But anyway, what do you do when your wife or the person next to you is like panicking? What do you do in that scenario? Somebody panics next to you. I mean, lets out a yelp, right? A gasp. You say, "What's going on? You're having a heart attack or whatnot?" And that tends to shock a person as well. You know, I'm worried what's happening. And then also it's that idea that maybe she sees something that I haven't seen. I said, what's going on? You know, I see the guy, I see the way they're turning, I see how they're coming into the lane or whatever. I'm looking at that. I've already thought they were going to do that. You know, so, but you always wonder because you always question yourself, right? You know, you don't want to just be totally an ass. You know, I'm talking about the donkey, you know, that type of ass. And just keep going forward, you know, without, you know, paying no mind to that lady next door here. So, but that to me qualifies a little bit as a little disturbance, a little, what do you call it? Yeah, a little disturbance, a little distraction. It rises to that level that, you know, that could be a distraction. And I know some of you may be experiencing something like that. Now, I don't let it bother me. You know, that her reactions don't perturb me, and I continue to do what I need to do. You know, but if I know that if my wife was like married to someone else or you know, riding in someone else's car, that may disturb that driver. And some of you guys may have somebody in your car, a passenger, that distracts you in an alarming way like that. You know, because if they do things like constantly, you know, they're humming, they're singing, okay, and some of you are easily distractible, but if they've done it all the time and they do it all the time, that's something like you can learn to deal with and ignore, right? I think if it's done enough, you'll start ignoring it, and then it doesn't faze you. But when it's a type of a thing like what she does, that it's like an impact. It's like you know, like a heart attack. You know, like in an emergency situation. You know, something like that. You know, out of the blue. I can see how that would affect many drivers out there. So that's why I wanted to address what you need to do. And simply, you know, these are the type of things that you have to be always careful of what's happening around you, right? So when you're driving, you need to look at the mirrors. You need to know what's happening at any given moment. Right now, while I'm doing this video, I'm looking around. I can tell the traffic around me. If there's space to my right, on my left, there's just grass, you know, and traffic isn't moving that much. So it's not a situation where, you know, I have any issues or potentially have any. But, you know, some other places and times, you know, the distraction may be enough to cause you to take your eyes off of your operation, what you're doing, what you're thinking about doing. And accidents can happen in a very quick instance. And that's what you have to be aware of. You have to be very conscious that any slight distraction from your operation. What do I mean by operation? I mean your plan. You're going to plan to make a left turn soon, you know, or now, or you're in the middle of the intersection, and you know somebody's having a panic attack next to you because they feel that car is coming too quickly. That's a distraction. And right at the moment where you gotta like give the car some gas, you know, so you can complete your turn, that is exacerbated also by mechanical issues. My goodness, these guys came out in a bike and they are going through traffic waiting to make a left turn, and the other side has a green light. We had a red light to turn. that's crazy. These guys are just crazy on the road. You got to be careful. If you are a bike rider, they're walking the bike across. There's like a group of them, 3 or 4. But that's dangerous because cars coming out, they don't see you. They're not think people see you. It's dark. It's nighttime already. And well, that's for another video. But wearing black at night and then doing that, yeah, okay, but that's another story. So you can easily get distracted at key moments. And it's important that when you're at key moments, okay, vital moments, it's important that you don't allow yourself to be distracted. No matter what happens, what sound you hear, or the yelping, the scream, you need to focus on your operation, the thing that you were doing and going to do. And keep looking at traffic. You're going to deal with the heart attack and the nuclear explosion after you make your turn. But while you are committed to your operation, what you're going to do in the operation of your vehicle, you're going to do it. And you're going to be very careful and just ignore whatever else is going on. Could be kids in the back of the car. It could be your wife or your significant other having a moment. Your responsibility is the safety of yourself, your passengers, and other people on the road. You really need to focus on what you're doing. Really, absolutely. Even while I'm doing this now, I'm very careful. I'm looking around. I'm looking down the way where I'm going to head. I'm looking for people walking on the sidewalk, bicyclists, because these things can come into my front here, can come into my path down the way. And if I'm not paying attention, which I am, but if you don't, you're not aware of potential dangers that may be crossing your path, crossing the road down a bit. So you need to be looking and understanding and knowing what's going on. See? And ignore anything someone's going to do, especially during operations. Turning, U-turns, crossing over to another lane. You really need to be careful. I gotta turn. I remembered that I have a turn coming up, and the other thing you gotta remember is know a little bit of where you're going. Now, I'm going by GPS. I'm aware of my environment. I know this road. But I'm not looking at the GPS right now, right? There's a turn that I normally never take. It's dark, so it's not like I know where to turn. I don't. And so I'm going to end the video soon. But I've already changed lanes because I know it's coming up. And what I did was check the GPS first. Before, at a red light, that's what I do at a red light. I check things before something happens where I can't check it, like I'm doing the video now. And I'm not in the right lane when I'm supposed to be, right? Okay, so that's about it. I'm going to end this video now because we should be approaching what I think is the turn. And that'll be it. So it's Happy New Year, by the way. This is, I think, the first Drive Wise for 2022, by the way. So Happy New Year to all you. Safe driving and drive wise. Take care.